Good evening, I'm Dave Karger. Welcome to Turner Classic Movies and day 3 of our Summer Under the Stars celebration. Today we've been spending 24 hours with June Allyson, who became famous for playing girl next door types in MGM musicals and comedies in the mid-1940s. Up next is a film that paired Allyson with her most frequent leading man, the quintessential boy next door, Van Johnson. From MGM in 1948, it's The Bride Goes Wild. Allyson plays a schoolteacher who wins a contest to illustrate a book by a popular children's author who writes under the pseudonym Uncle Bumps. His books are good-natured and geared toward kids, but in reality, he's a bitter, hard-drinking curmudgeon. He's played by Van Johnson. This was the third of 5 movies to star June Allyson opposite Van Johnson. MGM first teamed them in the 1944 wartime musical Two Girls and a Sailor, which was also the film that gave Allyson her first big break in Hollywood. 3 years later, they co-starred again in the World War II romance High Barbary, released in 1947, and then followed it with The Bride Goes Wild. Audiences love seeing Allyson and Johnson paired together, and for the two stars, collaborating was a real joy. They had been friends in New York working on the stage before they started appearing in movies, and they maintained a close friendship in Hollywood. According to Allyson, they drove their director Norman Taurog crazy on the set of this production because they couldn't stop cracking each other up. At one point, Taurog told them they couldn't speak to each other off camera, and then he made each of them leave when he had to film the other's close-ups. From 1948, also with Hume Cronyn, Una Merkel, Arlene Dahl, and child actor Butch Jenkins, here is The Bride Goes Wild. June Allyson and Van Johnson were one of the most popular screen teams at MGM in the 1940s and early 50s, and the studio paired them in a total of 5 pictures. They also appeared in the 1946 all-star musical Till the Clouds Roll By, but they didn't have any scenes together in that film. To play up their popularity as a team, MGM studio boss Louis B. Mayer even encouraged them to go out on dates, although they were never romantically involved. Instead, June Allyson was involved with Dick Powell, whom she married in 1945. 2 years later, Van Johnson married Evie Wynn, the former wife of his best friend Keenan Wynn. But still, fans of Johnson and Allyson wanted to believe that they were an item. In Allyson's memoir, she recalled one Halloween when she and Dick Powell brought their kids over to Van Johnson's house to trick-or-treat with his children. Johnson and Allyson opened the door to greet a teenage trick-or-treater who took one look at the stars and said to a friend, "See, I told you they were married in real life, too." Up next, June Allyson gets an opportunity to work with her actual husband, Dick Powell, but not in front of the camera. Powell serves as a director of a 1956 screwball comedy starring Allyson and Jack Lemmon. Don't go away.
Next on TCM, You Can't Run Away From It, then The Opposite Sex, and later, The McConnell Story. June's in full bloom tonight.